Hey everyone, this is Carbon. I wanted to show my strategy for how I defeated the Underpin on question mark difficulty. I'm sure there's a whole lot of strats that work a lot better than mine, but this one worked for me, so I'm just going to go over what I did and I'll show you my kill video. It gives you these two achievements, the real deal, and let me solo him the Underpin. I did it solo with the following gear. I have 4-piece, nothing crazy on the other gear, except one thing I do want to note is I did enchant Leech on both of these items. Reason being is that there will be some passive damage that occurs, especially as more and more ads spawn across the fight, and I found Leech to be very effective in sustaining myself. You're even going to see me take a hit at some point, and Leech probably helped me stay alive, whereas Avoidance probably would not have. Speed might have helped me get out of it, but I went for Leech here. I went so much so that I even chose to take the leech instead of Vampiric Embrace. So I had a lot of passive leech going on here. Another thing that's worth noting, this is not a build you'd ever use in Raid, but I used Dark Ascension with Mind Flay. The reason I opted out of Mind Spike was because it was too hard to finish casts very often. So I was okay with doing like a half cast of Mind Flay just to get a couple ticks of damage in before movement. But I found it very struggling to actually hard cast a Mind Spike during most of that time. I still opted in for the Dark Ascension though, because uptime is something you're going to be denied quite a bit of. So I just did the 1 minute cooldown, get it over with while I could, instead of trying to endure a whole Void form with all the stuff going on in the fight. It was too unsustainable for me. And also, I went Void Reaver for his very specific talent that was very helpful. This talent specifically helped me a lot on this fight. You're going to see it in a lot of use in this fight as well. Essentially, this boss will gain his shield, and if he finishes the cast with that shield on, he'll heal a lot. The boss never healed in my kill video because I had this talent. I was able to cast Shadow Word Deaths on him, and what Shadow Word Death does is it consumes a lot of the shield, right? In addition to the Shadow Word Death damage, it also chunks the shield quite a bit, and that helped me destroy the shields, whereas I think other classes might struggle to do so. There are other classes with shield destroying mechanics, but this one went really well for me. I would have went Archon possibly with Void Form if it weren't for this talent. I thought about that, but this talent was just too good for killing the shields, and that's a big pain point of this dungeon. As far as the Brand talents go, let's take a look. I made Brand go damage because I thought him as a healer, I did not want to walk into his healing potions. I felt like that was going to throw me off too much. So I decided to not opt for that. This talent, the Loot Raider, was pretty good. It's just passive damage. It makes him take 10% more damage as soon as he's below 95% HP. It's a proc, so you couldn't always do it. You couldn't always time it on your own, but it's a proc that worked well enough for me. The other ones were pretty weak in this tier, I would say. You might consider going Pacifist Rig, but I just didn't want to rely on being in the correct position after I got out of the Pacifist Rig, so I opted out of that one. Combat Cure, there's a few options. I tried many of these. I ended up going with the Foot Bomb Dispenser. Reason being is they do a ton of damage. Let me see if I can look at my damage for the Underpin. Did I already delete it? I might have already deleted it. Let's see. Looks like this might have been it. And yeah, you can see that the foot bombs did 10% of my damage. And that's just what I walked over. Bran can also walk over these, I believe. I think it's possible. I think I've seen Bran walk over these and have damage of his own for the foot bomb dispensers before. So I definitely would recommend this talent. So I covered the leech, I covered the mechanics. Oh yeah, the main thing that was struggling on this fight for me, I did it in about 40-ish pulls my first try. I actually had to do it twice because I forgot to record the first one. That's why you're going to notice I don't get an achievement at the end of this video. But what I opted to do was I did not realize that the foot bombs that he shoots actually kill the minions. And I thought I was just trying to dot them down the whole time. So make sure you're not making that same mistake as me. I'm going to start the kill video now. But you're going to see my opening strategies. I just do a bunch of damage. And then every time I see foot bombs available, I try to target them towards those ads. That's the main strategy there. It will get hectic. It's always important to try to kill ads, though. Ads take priority over boss. The boss will die to passive damage. Brand does passive damage. The foot bombs will carry you. That's why you saw the foot bombs do a bunch of damage for me. So that's just what my general strategy. Nothing crazy there. It is just a lot of, like, be a gamer, right? You just have to use the foot bombs to your advantage, dodge the mechanics. It is challenging. You can also use Shadow Crash to help finish off those ads too, as well as leech a little bit off of them through your Vampiric Touch, leeching HP. I'm gonna let the video play out. Thanks for watching.
I'm gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'm out. I'm out.
I get pretty lucky with a death proc there. As you can see, it pretty much destroyed the shield all on its own. Void Torrent also nukes that shield pretty hard. As long as you have A button available, it shouldn't be too bad. And if you have full uptime, of course, it's easy.
Tick-tock, you interloping moose. I rule with an iron fist.
Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention. I bind Fade to my Devouring Plague. I want to use Fade as much on cooldown as possible because what will happen when you Fade is he'll target Flamethrower on Bran instead of you, which is great. That means it saves you a lot of movement, saves you from potential deadly scenarios. That's another big thing I would mention. Having Fade, just keybound to be spammed as much as possible. Also, the Flamethrower is outrangeable. I had to rely on that quite a bit in this fight.
My neck is private property. I'll flatten you for what you've done. Tick-tock, you interloping moose. Forecast cloudy with a chance of boom. I rule with an iron fist. Get in here. I ain't paying for you to stand around. I'm gonna all kneel before the Underpin. I'll flatten you for what you've done. I'm out. I'm out. My forecast cloudy with a chance of boom.
Eventually, you will get overwhelmed by ads and you just have to commit to boss. I think I do that pretty soon here. I might finish off this last group and then I might be boss mode after that.
The interloping moose. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Of course, if you're smarter than me and you have better foot bomb placements, you can probably destroy every set, but they do just get a little inconsistent towards the end.
Say hello to all my friends. I'll make you rain. You'll feel the... I'm gonna give you till the count of 10. 1, 2, 10. I'll flatten you for what you've done.
Had to disperse here because I made a mistake and decided to let the boss flamethrower before planning. But each end dispersion kept me alive. These ads are fearable as well. I think I might fear them.
My neck is private property.
Yeah, they're fearable. So if you ever need to get out of a jam, you can fear the ones nearby. There it is.
Tick-tock, you interloping moose. I'll make you rain, you'll feel the pain. I rule with an iron fist. Say hello to all my friends. All tick-tock,
At this point, it's do or die. No point in killing Rex at this point.
I rule with an iron.
And that's that. Hopefully you have good luck on your kills as well, as I did, because that was a lot of RNG procs that helped me stay alive there, and helped me kill some shields. So yeah, good luck with your kill.